Okay, I've got all of the components sanded down. I didn't make a video of the sanding. Even though it's a very critical part of the operation, it doesn't lend itself well to videos. So I've gone through 3 grits, got them sanded, wiped them down to get them free of dust, then also wiped them down with mineral spirits. So there's one set of components there, and the other table components sitting over there, and I'm getting ready to start applying the dye. I've mixed up the formula of dye that I wanted. I'm using trans tint brown mahogany dye mixed with denatured alcohol. I tried several different formulas and I made some sample boards. The first end of the board here is just boiled linseed oil only. Then I've got my first formula, a second one, a third one, and then I had to go to a fourth one. And I took that all the way through the finishing schedule. I put the dye on, put the Seal Cell Clear on, and then put the Armor Seal satin varnish on. And we've opted for this darker color. There's not too much difference in these two, but there's a significant difference. This is the one we like, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, I've got my dye all mixed up. Got my boards laid out, and I'm ready to start, so we'll see how this applies. I'm going to use a foam brush to spread it on and try to keep it off of the glue surfaces. Okay, it's going on pretty good. Having a little bit of trouble with the volume, but I'll Getting a little bit better as I go. These sponges soak up a lot more water than I thought they would, or a lot more dye than I thought they would. It's getting a little thick, or not thick, a little too much. Transfer some from one board to the other. Since I got a little bit too much, I'll try to keep the color consistent from one to the other. Keep it smooth. That's looking pretty good. It's a beautiful, beautiful wood. I got a little drying rack set up in the other part of the garage. Get this smoothed out. Clean it up here. And I'll go put it on the drying rack. Looks like it's soaking up quite a bit on that one. Just a little bit more. Okay. You see how it makes the grain really pop out, stand out pretty? You have to get it smooth so that you don't have conglomeration or a big glob of color in one spot. Make it darker than the rest of it. Okay, so I'll keep going through the rest of the pieces, staining it with the, well, it's a stain or dye, whatever you want to call it. And then when I finish that, I'll go over it with that sealer coat, and then a few coats of the varnish. And you're probably wondering why I'm doing it like this. There's so many flat surfaces and so many tight places and corners. It's easier to stain it before you glue it up and than it is trying to get in all those tight spaces afterwards. Also makes it a lot easier to clean up the glue spots because they won't stick to the varnish. Okay, I have all the pieces stained now, with the exception of the top, the shelf, and the drawer front, and that's because I made a tactical error and didn't cut those to size when I had this thing dry fitted together, so I've got to wait until I get this glued up, take some measurements, cut those, sand them some more, and then stain them. But I wish I'd have done it in the right sequence, but I didn't. But anyway, I'll let this dry, and then I'll put the sealer coat on and then the varnish, and then I got the same thing to do to another table. Thanks for watching.